Right now, your body is about 60% water. Every thought you're having, every heartbeat, every chemical reaction keeping you alive is happening inside water. And here's the part most people never think about. You are leaking it constantly. Through your breath, through your skin, through your kidneys, you lose around 2 to 3 liters of water every single day. And you never notice because you keep quietly topping it back up. But what if you stopped? No water, no coffee, no juice, no soup, no water hidden inside food. Just you and a clock. Most people assume they could tough it out for a week. The truth is stranger and darker than that. So let's walk through it, hour by hour, and watch exactly what happens to a body as it runs dry. Before we start, one number to hold on to. There's an old survival rule of thumb called the rule of threes. You can survive roughly 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. That 3-day figure for water is the one everyone underestimates. Keep it in the back of your mind as we go. Hour 12. On the surface, nothing looks wrong. But deep in your brain, a small region called the hypothalamus is already reacting. It has sensors that measure the saltiness of your blood, and as water leaves and the blood gets slightly more concentrated, those sensors trip an alarm. Your brain releases a hormone with a fittingly dramatic name, vasopressin, also called antidiuretic hormone. Its job is simple. Tell the kidneys to stop wasting water. So your kidneys start clawing back as much fluid as they can, and your urine turns darker and more concentrated. This is also when thirst really arrives. That nagging dry feeling in your mouth and throat is not your mouth being dry. It is your brain trying to make you act. Day 1. You've now lost somewhere between 2 and 3% of your body's water. It doesn't sound like much. It is enough to change how you think. Studies on mild dehydration, losing just 1 to 2% of body water, show measurable drops in concentration, alertness, and mood, along with headaches and a feeling that everything is more effort than it should be. Your mouth is dry, your lips are starting to crack, and your urine is now a deep amber because your kidneys are rationing every drop. You still feel basically functional. You are already impaired. Day 2. Now the numbers start to matter. You're down 3 to 5% of your body water, and the problem is spreading into your blood. Blood is mostly water, so as you dry out, your blood volume drops and your blood gets thicker. To keep pressure up and oxygen moving, your heart beats faster and harder. Stand up too quickly and the room spins because your circulation can't refill fast enough. The headache is constant now. Your skin is dry and cool. You've mostly stopped sweating, which quietly removes one of your body's main tools for cooling itself down. Every system is starting to compensate for the same missing thing. Day 3. This is the edge of the rule of threes, and it is where things turn genuinely dangerous. You've lost 5 to 8% or more of your body's water. Your blood is thick and slow. Your heart is straining to push it. And your kidneys, the organs working hardest this entire time, are beginning to fail from lack of fluid to filter with. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand, and it stays tented for a moment instead of snapping back, because there isn't enough water left underneath to fill it. Your eyes look sunken. Your thinking is foggy and confused. For a lot of people, in ordinary room temperature conditions, this is already near the limit of survival. In heat, with sweat accelerating the loss, people can reach this state in a single day. Day 5. If a body even makes it this far, and many would not, it is now in crisis. Water loss is past 10%. The kidneys are shutting down. which means the toxins they normally flush out are building up in the bloodstream instead, poisoning the body from the inside. Blood pressure is falling toward collapse. The brain, starved of steady flow and swimming in imbalanced chemistry, produces delirium, hallucinations, and in many cases, seizures. The person is likely no longer fully conscious or aware. This is not dramatized. This is what organ failure from dehydration actually looks like. Day 7. Here is the honest truth the thumbnail promised, and it's the whole reason the rule of threes exists. Almost nobody reaches day 7 without water. Death from dehydration usually arrives somewhere around day 3 to day 5, as the circulatory system fails and multiple organs shut down at once. A full week of zero water is not a survival story. It is the far theoretical edge, only conceivable for a resting body in cool conditions with no heat and no exertion. And even then, it is right at the boundary of what's possible. The week was never the plan your body could keep. So step back and look at what actually happened here. Not much water left your body in total, maybe 10 to 15%, a few liters. But that small percentage is the difference between a working human and a failing one, because water isn't just something you drink. It is the medium every other process runs inside. Your blood, your brain chemistry, your temperature control, your kidneys, all of it depends on staying topped up, which is why the fix is so absurdly, wonderfully simple. Most of this timeline never even begins if you just drink when you're thirsty. And a bit before. That dry throat at hour 12 isn't a small annoyance to push through. It's the smartest alarm system you own, going off exactly when it should. The takeaway isn't fear, it's respect for a body that will fight this hard to protect a resource you can replace in about 10 seconds at the nearest tap. So the next time you feel that first hint of thirst, maybe don't ignore it. Your hypothalamus has been doing the math this entire time, and it is trying to tell you something. If this rewired how you think about that glass of water, subscribe, because the next question we're taking apart is just as close to home as this one.